Hello, all you Ace Frehley fans out there, and welcome to my media museum. My name is Will, and we recently did a overview of the Kiss CD releases, and I decided to follow that up with Ace Frehley's solo releases. Now, of course, he was still with Kiss in 1978 when this release was put out. All four members of the band did solo releases and put them out before moving on to Dynasty. And Aces was the second best-selling one. Jeans was first. And looking over the track list here, we can see why. What a great collection of tunes we have here. Rip It Out, Speeding Back to My Baby, Snowblind, Ozone, What's on Your Mind, New York Groove, I'm in Need of Love, Wiped Out, and Fractured Mirror. With New York Groove being the single there off of the album. Of course, that was a cover song. It was not written by Ace. It was originally done in the 60s, I believe it was. And looking over the credits here, you can see Anton Fig on drums. Him and Ace had been friends for quite some time. And Anton went on, while not becoming an official member of Kiss, he did play all the drums on Dynasty, with the exception of Dirty Livin', and on Unmasked even, before Peter was officially no longer part of the band. The backs of these were kind of a missed opportunity. None of the four solo releases had anything on the back artwork there. And then looking at the disc, hello and good morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever may apply. But you can see all these original Kiss CDs all had pretty much the same layout. They were black print on a very shiny reflective disc. And then I'm looking at the back cover here, dedicated to Gene, Paul, and Peter, which Gene and Paul followed suit. Peter dedicated his to the other three members, as well as a fourth individual, which you can watch that video on the channel if you want to learn some more about Peter's solo release. But thanks to my buddy Lance, I had this here that I showed in the last episode of the Kiss CD collections. This thing's kind of a little bit special. It was Blockbuster release. Now, the reason why I'm showing it again here is because it does follow suit chronologically. Sydney, Australia, 1980 was when this version of New York Groove was recorded. They state that it's from the album You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best, but actually it was only on the Japanese CD and the US LP. So it wasn't on the US CD release. So this is something kind of special if you can get your hands on it. And the reason why I'm showing it again is because in that Kiss City video, I did not show the disc itself. So here's what the label of the disc itself looked like. And so I wanted to go ahead and, well, it's part of Ace's catalog, more or less. But I wanted to show that once again very briefly. And next up, in 1987, we got Frehley's Comet, his first, technically true solo release after having left Kiss. And he's got his old buddy Anton Fig playing drums on here. Now, there's a big baboon there in the background of the lyrics. This is all lyrics, and like I usually don't show the lyrics just because you can look them up online. You see Fractured 2 was instrumental. That was a follow-up to his Fractured Mirror from his solo, which was the first instrumental solo track that he had put out. The first solo of the Fractured Mirror series. He does quite a few Fractured Mirror, Fractured 2. We'll see as we get through, the word fractured comes up a few more times. So he's got his nice little logo there. and that's actually more about compact disc and Megaforce Worldwide, 1987. So here's a great group shot for us of the band. That's Anton Fig right there. Of course, that's Ace Frehley, and this was the first time a lot of us got to see him without his makeup on, was that picture right there. John, I believe it says Reagan, and Todd Holdworth. One of them, Todd here, does some of the vocals on some of the tracks, which is actually disappointing to me and a lot of my friends. We liked Ace's voice. We want to hear Ace sing. I think that was one of the failings of Frehley's Comet, actually, was that Ace brought in someone else to sing on a lot of the tracks. He may have some insecurities about his vocal abilities, but he's got a really unique voice. And that's what most of us fans, I believe, want to hear, is we want to hear Ace sing, not somebody else. So, anyways, I remember driving 90 miles to another town to pick a copy of this up on cassette tape back when it came out, because the stores in our area were sold out, and we had called around and found one, and we actually drove 90 miles to buy this on cassette tape and listen to it on the way back home, more than once actually. But Rock Soldiers, starting it out, that was definitely an Ace Frehley vocal track. Breakout, which was not. Into the Night, Something Moved, We Got Your Rock, Love Me Right, Calling to You, Dolls, Stranger in a Strange Land, and that Fractured 2 instrumental there that I was talking about. And great release here. Rock Soldiers and Fractured 2 being standout tracks in my opinion. But yes, a very great release from Ace right out the gate after leaving Kiss. And then in 1988, the first release of the year was a Live +1. So we got 4 tracks and 1 new studio track on this. And this was not technically the follow-up to Comet. In fact, the next one's even called Second Sighting. So this one was, you know, an EP release, kind of an in-between thing, I guess, so he could show his band live. And we've got Rip It Out, Breakout, Something Moved, Rocket Ride, and Words Are Not Enough. And if you remember, Rocket Ride was his new studio track on side 4 of Alive 2. So, recorded live at the Agora Ballroom, Chicago, September 4th, 1987. Of course, except Words Are Not Enough, which is even noted as being studio. That's the +1 part. So, here we've got some credits here, and a little bit more info about how to become an official Rock Soldier. Be a part of the fan club. So, the inside cover is pretty much just the same thing that was on the front without the artwork in the background. But then we get another nice little group of shots here of the band. Same guys that was on the first album. We've got Todd and Ace and John and Anton. Alright, very cool. And looking at the disc itself, which I didn't get rotated like I should have before filming. Again, it's pretty reflective, kind of hard to read. And, you know, we're on Megaforce now, so as was the first album. I think he stays on Megaforce for a couple of releases. Trouble Walking still is, so yeah. And here's the back cover. And we already went over the tracks. So, in 1988 still, later on that same year, we got Second Sighting, which still has the other singer. I think this is the last one where he had somebody else singing songs alongside him. Of course, there's guest vocalists from time to time on other releases, but here's the only thing really graphic here to see. It's a little bit weird. Looks like the acorn is spinning. And, woo! Sorry about that, bumping the camera. And pictures of somebody's feet. Don't know what the idea behind that is, but that's what we've got here. And then another great group shot here. Looks awful familiar to the previous, but it's the change here. We've got Jamie. Anton's gone. So Anton was not on Second Sighting the way I originally remembered him being. So we still got Todd and John and Ace. So I guess Anton moved on, and he brought Jamie Oldacher, something like that, in to take his place. So looking at the shiny disc here, and then the back cover where we'll go over the tracks here. Insane, Time Ain't Running Out, Dancing with Danger, It's Over Now, Loser in a Fight, Juvenile Delinquent, Fallen Angel, Separate, New Kind of Lover, and the acorn is spinning. And I got some really old notes here telling me that tracks 1, 3, 5, 6, and 8 were the Ace vocal tracks, and the others were sung by Todd, with the exception, of course, the acorn is spinning, which was the instrumental track, carrying on his tradition of ending his albums with instrumentals. So, hope you enjoyed that, and come on back to join us for Trouble Walkin', Ace's third full-length solo album after leaving Kiss. So, see you then!